All right, what's up? This Semi-Pro Football Talk is me, Andre Brooks.
Brandon McKeever.
Hey, we had some good games this Saturday. We had some upsets, and we had some down-to-the-wire games. We had some cancellations. We had all kind of things this Saturday. And Semi-Pro minor football, whatever you want to call it, this Saturday past March 13th. It was some good games, man.
Good action, good
man,
action.
it was some good games. I really wanted to see that Bolts and Punisher game, man.
I did too. But for whatever reason, it was postponed to a later date. So, you know, we'll just keep our ears tuned.
Yeah.
And be looking forward to see that matchup soon.
Yeah. But, you know, they need to reschedule them again sometime down the season. If both of them got a, let's say both of them got a bye that week, they should schedule that game, let them go and play. You know what I'm saying? I was looking forward to that game, man. I was ready. I was going to be there, man, and shoot. Man, I was like, when they told me that was canceled, I was like, wow.
It hurt your heart.
I was like, oh, come on, man. They go my Saturday.
You know, then everybody was ready to play. Everybody's hyped up, you know. Mm-hmm. Just a couple of days before the game, hey, it's not going to happen.
Man.
It's bad. It's sad for the players, you know. It's sad for the players.
Yeah. Hopefully they get that situation next time straightened out. Hopefully all their games gonna be like that. Because, man, trying to get a feel, trying to do this during the COVID and stuff like that, it just affects a lot of things. But, man, let's talk about these scores, man. The very first one we about to talk about. You know which one.
Oh, here we go.
You know which one. The Silverbacks versus the Northeast Texas Dragons. 53, was it 53?
53 to
14.
I don't know.
The number 2 Silverbacks. Number 7 Northeast Texas Dragons.
We'd like to know, Pat, what happened, man? Let us know. Come on.
Man, like I said, Northeast Texas Dragons, they got a good defense. They got a good linebacker core.
You did say that.
You know what I'm saying? They got a linebacker, but I ain't see no highlight that. They didn't record anything like that, so you can't really, like, oh, okay, that's how they won the game. That's they ran the ball and stuff like that. So eventually, their offense was clicking too, because they put up 53 points. 53 points against the number 2 team on the Semi-Pro Football News top 10 poll was the runner-up against the Dallas Bulldogs 2019. And get thrashed like that in the opener of the season.
Man, it's a tough way to start the season off, but hey, unfortunately, it was just their day.
It was their day.
And like I said on the last show, on Saturday, the ball falls, in your hands. If it make no plays, hey, there you go.
And I thought it was gonna be like a close game, man. Like like what you predicted. I think you had the Silverbacks
to win by 6. I did.
And I thought it was gonna be like, man, it was a good game, man, but it was the last touchdown, or something like that.
That's exactly what I was expecting because they had played before too.
Yeah,
and it was 22 to 6.
It was close.
So I was expecting it to be a close game. But to me, it just. I don't know if the Silverbacks travel light or what.
I don't know.
Whatever happened, hey, I don't want to. Let's just hope this is not a trend.
Yeah, because.
But I did also say that they were one of my surprise teams too. That
you did.
Don't really know a lot about them, so you don't know a lot about certain teams.
Because they put up 50-something points on preseason, remember? So they know to put up 50-something points. So they got an offense too. They quarterback. Look,
defense.
They quarterback threw 5 TDs.
Man,
I don't know how many yards. He throwing 5 TDs. He might have had over 100 or something like.
But I heard the first half it was 33 to 6 or something like that.
Oh man,
so,
man.
So even if they didn't score any more, that's still a lot of teams don't come out here and put 30, 40, let alone 50.
Man, they almost got 60.
Man,
they almost got 70. What if they would got 70 points, man?
Man, hey.
What if it would have been 70-0?
That's where, as a coach, you just go,
It's just a shocker. You know what I'm saying? It's surprising. I'm not
saying normally see it.
Yeah, and not counting the Northeast Texas Dragons out. You know what I'm saying? We're just saying that we know what type of team the Silverbacks are. You know what I'm saying? And it was a shocker when everybody seen the score.
Everybody was shocked.
It was unbelievable.
But you know, as we say, any given Saturday, anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Just like with this next game, the the Reapers against
the extra.
The extra.
Well, the extra, I did pick them to win, but I actually picked them to win by a wider margin than what it was. They game actually went into overtime.
A big.
It went into overtime.
And that was shock. That was a shocker.
It was.
But the Reapers jumped on them first. Mm-hmm. It was 6-0.
I'm not gonna say it was so much as a shocker. It was just, you know, as I said, it depended on how the Reapers had bounced back. You know, they had just got beat by 50.
Yep.
So, you know, a lot of times that carries over. You still sluggish from all of that. Mm-hmm. So a lot of guys, you know. But to come out here against a very good team in the Arkansas Extra and not only play down to the wire, take them to overtime.
Took them to overtime. It could have almost won the game.
You know,
almost won the game.
That says a lot. So the Reapers, I honestly think, you know, just stay with it. You know, y'all will be all right.
Mm-hmm. Go practice hard. Put a game plan together. And because we're going to talk about the matchups here in a minute after we get done talking about these past games. But when they said the Reapers scored first, it was 6-0. I was like, wow. I was like, man, they jumped on them. They jumped on the extra first. Ain't this one team Cadillac on?
That's it, right there.
I was like, that first person I thought about him, I was like, dang, they jumped on them 6-0. And then the coach, the extra said, Coach Dyer from the extra, he said they didn't. Because I asked him about was the receiver core killing. He said no, they ran the ball mostly.
Yeah.
And so.
But you know, like I said before too, when you run the ball, the thing is, it eats up a lot of clock, so it shortens the game.
Yeah.
You know, and since the extras are very time and position heavy, mm-hmm. you know, I can see a lot of their games being close. Mm-hmm. You know, that we probably won't think it'd be close.
Yeah.
But I, for one, did expect them to
just go out there and demolish. Just dominate the game in the backfield. I watched some highlights that they had on one of the players' YouTube page. And I was watching the game, and their Reapers they running the ball. They look pretty good, man. Mm-hmm. They look pretty good. You know what I'm saying? You know, and their defense look pretty good. I was like, man, this might be a team that need to be watched, just like the Dragons.
Well, you know, the one thing I will give the Reapers, they are a very tough team. Mm-hmm. They're not the same team that they were a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. They actually, you know, I like their receivers. I really do. You hear me brag about them all the time. Yeah. They have a heck of a receiving core. Mm-hmm. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe I was informed that the receivers were giving them the extra fits down, you know, yesterday's game. Uh-huh. But I honestly think that the Reapers are, you give them some time, just keep working at it. I honestly think
they'll be a powerhouse.
I can see them being top 5.
Yeah. And we're going to get in that top 10. You're going to be surprised at the way the polling change. You're going to be surprised. But yeah, they're going to be a team to surprise. I'm going to say this. They're going to upset somebody in the playoffs.
They can. The one thing, though, they are in a tough division. Mm-hmm. You know, they're in a very tough division. So, you know, they can just withstand and at least sneak
What division they in?
They're in the same division with the Bolts, the Punishers.
Okay.
They see, I want to say Jonesboro.
Okay.
A lot of those teams right there, they'll see. The extra too, of course, you know, they just played.
I can't wait till them in Jonesboro play.
Mm-hmm. The extras in Jonesboro?
No, the Reapers in Jonesboro. They play. All right, let's move to the next game. The number 1 Dallas Bulldogs played the number 8 North Texas Rams.
I heard Dallas was winning the game for 3 quarters. That was a 3-quarter game.
Yeah.
Don't know really what transpired from the information I gathered. It was obviously
just got out of hand.
You know. And fellas, we all grown men here. Let's remember that
we're playing football.
We're playing football. We have kids out here.
Exactly.
These kids look at us as this is their NFL.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so guys, come on now.
Yeah.
You know, leave them guns and all this stuff. Leave it in your car. You know, it's just.
And some of these guys want a college scholarship. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. How would you react in a college game if one of the players spit on you? Because it can happen. It happened to me before. Man, I was playing wide receiver, a D-back, and it hit me, but he spit at me, and it, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That pissed me off. You know what I'm saying? And I done had little interaction with Semipro, but I never thought about really actually running to my car, getting my pistol, and just start shooting in the air.
Huh? They coming in the stadium with them too.
That's crazy.
You know, I've seen it. Being around as long as I have, I've seen all type of things.
You know, it's okay if you licensed to carry. You know what I'm saying? If you know that, but if you just carrying it around and you carrying it to the game like you in the hood or something like that, man, leave that stuff at home,
This is football. You know,
at home,
this is football. You get that mad, man. It's one thing to have. You know, it's football. You're gonna get into it.
Yeah,
you're gonna have
people talking stuff to you. Yeah. It's football.
Pushing and shoving. It's how you know.
If guys gonna tell you he better than you, you can't get mad about it.
Leave it at that.
Mm-hmm. Remember the very first show we did, we talked about the ineffective players. We talked about how, you know, if teams need to stop getting these ineffective players that do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They can't control themselves, but want you to holler for the next level. Well, you can't handle the NFL.
And the thing that I will say to the players, whether they know this or not, these coaches, dedicate a lot of their time.
Exactly. I was just about to say that.
All of it. You know, and so
they got families at home.
And all of this.
They ain't taking all the time. They wife griping at them. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
But that's real
talk. And they putting in, coming out here, taking this time
Saturday
to give you something to do because these stadiums are not cheap. None of this stuff. Referee fees.
That's what players don't be understanding.
All.
Money be coming out your pocket. You just there to play. You ain't suffering from no loss of it.
That's it. You know.
And they want to get on there and talk trash.
And my only thing is, man, I just tell folks be appreciative of that stuff, man. Think about that.
Yeah, because that's ridiculous, man. Kids out there, just happened the other day that you heard about the 9-year-old girl that got shot at the park. Now, what if this would have happened in a semi-pro game? You know, semi-pro already got a reputation.
Yeah.
Now, think about if this happened. Because I think about a couple of years ago, a gun got pulled somewhere. Mm-hmm. And think if that would have happened at that game, he would have got a shooting bullet hit a child.
For real, man. It probably wouldn't be going on today.
They probably banned semi-pro for a while.
For real.
You know?
And that's the thing. A lot of them have to think about, all that. You want to fight and all of this stuff, man. These coaches here dedicate a lot of their time.
A lot of their time.
A lot of their money. It's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes.
They're not getting paid just like y'all not.
At all. At all. But
they got to pay for the gags. They got to drive to the games just like y'all.
There's a lot of things that go on that these guys don't talk about. Coaches don't talk about.
Yep.
So, players, just be appreciative of that because you really don't know the things that the team owner or the coach goes through.
Yeah. You know what I can't stand sometimes? When I be seeing a player from a team trash talking to the coach of another team. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like I'm talking about being real disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of guy, I was raised different, man. I don't care what level of coaching is. I don't care if you never coached before, you just coaching the Pee-wee. I'm going to respect you as a coach. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to respect you as a coach. These players these days, man, they'll talk trash to the coach, call the coach out, cuss the coach out from another team. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And the coach engaged with them. They're engaged with them. Instead of being professional and just block him out. And then he'll just die out and leave. The weed would die in the rose bush. If you leave it alone, you chop it up, just leave it alone. It'll die sooner or later. You know what I'm saying? They'll stop responding to, you talk to them in a different way. They'll stop responding. But let's get this top 10 poll because it has changed. Last week it was different. You know what I'm saying? And it definitely has changed. So we're gonna start with number 1. Or do you want to go from 10 to 1 or 1 to 10?
Let's go from 10 to 1.
Let's go 10 from 1. Jonesboro Gladiators, they number 10. They was number 9, they number 10 now because they ain't had no game, they had a bye. You know what I'm saying? They number 10.
I believe that they're getting ready to play this weekend against the Bolts.
Yeah, we're going to get it. We're going to get it to that. We're going to get to the matchups.
Okay.
We're going to get to the matchups. They got a bye. Number 9, Shreveport Knights, surprise team. They finna play their first game too.
Another team I'm ready to see.
Yeah, I'm ready to see what they got. But they number 9 because they got a bye. Arkansas Punchers number 8 now because they didn't have no game.
Another team
canceled. I understand circumstance stuff can happen, but if you ain't had no game, I can't see you number 3, number 4. The other teams have, even if they lost. Arkansas Bolts, number 7.
That's another team, same situation.
Yep.
You know, I personally wish they would have played this weekend.
Me too, man. I just wanted to see who was going to win. I wanted to see what the Punishers had, what they got besides them playing against the Vipers. You know what I'm saying? Now they playing against a team that's in the Triumph Football League also, and a team that's pretty good and come out and can beat you. So I wanted to see how they could play
I'm
against
definitely
another
looking
team.
forward to seeing the Bolts and the rebuild. You know, let me see how Fuller bounced back after losing a lot of guys. I was definitely looking forward to seeing that. But I guess I have to wait another week.
That'd have been a fun game, man, to watch, man. That'd been number 6. I got the North Texas Rams. They lost to the Bulldogs. They 0-1.
Let's just go to the. I'm not gonna say nothing on that.
I got number 6. You know what I'm saying? Just because they had a game. You know what I'm saying? They in front of these teams because the teams that have no game. That's the only really basically why they number 6. Really, basically, you know, after that incident with that, because that's the team player that pulled the gun on, you know, pulled the gun out, you know, and I'm the type of person like, you know, football is football, you know what I'm saying? Other teams that have no games, they 0-1, and the score was it was kind of close to me, 18-0, you know what I'm saying? And that was kind of close. They got the potential to be good.
Yeah, they got to control tempers, you know.
They got to control that stuff.
Like that, man.
You know, yeah. So, number 5, Arkansas Silverbacks. They 0-1. They lost to the Dragons, 53-14. That game, right? I'm still
in shock.
Just in shock about that game. Not like we said, not saying that the Northeast Tech they supposed to came out and just demolish this team and beat them, just breaks off of them. But
I expected
a more different type of game. You know what I'm saying? Like we predicted by 6. I would expect the game to be won by 3 or something, by a field goal or a touchdown or last minute overtime, and we're going down to the wire. Man, this game was a completely blowout.
From start to finish.
From start to finish, they jumped on them fast.
And early, like I say, at halftime it was 33-6. Next thing you know, they almost doubled that.
They almost did. If they had a little bit more time after, they would have kept scoring. So Silverbacks need to get in the lab and check out their defense and their offense.
And I give the Silverbacks the same advice I gave the Reapers. You know, short-term memory. So the next time you play, hey, that game is over. It happened.
It happened.
How you bounce back? That's all we care about.
And you see how the Reapers bounce back. That's why they number 4. They number 4. They lost to the Extra. They gave the Extra a run for their money. Extra was number 3. They was number 3 last week, if I'm not mistaken. They was number 3 last week.
I honestly feel that the Reapers could honestly, coming in at number 4, I think that they could honestly stay in the top 5. I truly believe.
I truly believe too.
And all I'm saying is, if you give them time, chemistry, of course, and you know if they gain more experience, because this is a group of guys that I do know that's been together for a couple of years. So as they gaining more experience, you know you're only gonna get this.
They got a good coach. Got a good coach. Sound like when I interviewed him, he sounded like he know what he's doing. But you know, like you said, if they keep that team together, they can become a powerhouse, man. Because it's just like when a bunch of guys play together and they just keep playing together, they'll learn each other. Then they learn the game together and learn.
It becomes clockwork.
Yep. But I expect that's why I got them number 4. I'm gonna see if they gonna stay in, and we're gonna get to the matchup. We're gonna talk about number 3. You know, the Northeast Texas Dragons. They 1-0. They beat the Silverbacks.
That was one of the sleeper teams that I did pick. So that hopefully everybody in the league saw that, and you are now put on notice.
Yep.
They are not to be played.
Don't go out there thinking you're just gonna beat them. They went from number 7 to number 3. Because they 1-0. I'm the type of person.
And it's the way that they did it.
Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say it's the way they did it. And I'm the type of person. I'm the type of football person. I'm not the type of person to put them like they was at number 7 and then put them like at number 6. You know what I'm saying? So just move them up, just see what they're gonna do, and leave one of these teams down here up there because I think they might got a big organization and now they 1-0. They proved themselves that day.
Honestly.
They proved themselves that day. Do you know what I'm saying? They proved themselves that day. What team this week, this Saturday, put up 50-some points? Bulldogs didn't even do it. Even though it was cut 3rd, they had 18-0. You know, and I think it was like 12 before that, like 12 or something like it was something like that. But I don't know what on. But they're saying like North Texas Dragons was not Dragons, Rams.
I can say this, you know, the Dragons, man. I honestly think they are going to be a serious, dangerous team.
Mm-hmm.
I can see them, you know, almost winning their whole division.
They in the other division.
In the other
they
division.
With Bulldogs. What Bulldogs?
Silverbacks. Trying to remember who the other Texas team.
Rams and Shreveport. Okay. Number 2, Arkansas Extra. They 1-0. You think they can hold that 2 spot for a while? Do you think they got the potential to be number 1 one day?
Not a knock against them or anything like this. I probably they would have been number 3 on my list just because the Dragons had a more impressive win. And this is not nothing against the Reapers at all or the Extra, you know, because it's a game like that. You know, I did have you pick the win 42-0. And y'all went to overtime, hey, and it says a lot more about the Reapers than it does the Extra.
Yeah. And you know why I put them at number 3 and put the Extra at 2? Is because Extra got a lot of history.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not only the lot of history, but they still got the potential. Now, that game they played against the Reapers might just not been their day. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm looking at.
And I'm thinking like, but the Reapers played good ball though. They played that, not taking away, but I want to see what they're gonna do in this next game. And this is gonna be a big game. This the game of the week. I'm gonna tell you, we finna get a matchup. We finna get in them. We finna talk about them right after this. And you know, of course, Dallas Bulldogs number 1.
Dallas Bulldogs, yes, and they still should be number 1. Didn't lose, and actually
they haven't even lost a game yet in like what? How many years?
It's been a while.
So until somebody beat them, until they lose, that's when they move out that spot. But what team do you think got the potential if the Dallas Bulldogs lose? Who can get a number 1 spot? And who can hold it for a couple of weeks?
The Dragons. This is definitely.
I was just about to say that.
The Dragons.
And then for some reason, Dragons just ring my bell. It's just that 53-14 win just did something to Semipro that day.
You know, it had to be impressive.
That was a impressive win.
It was. But I will say the Boats and the Punishers too. I can see potentially be number 1.
Yeah.
But you know, we had to see they got to play a game. You know, with this layoff that they've had now, you know, you don't want your guys to get sluggish and get to a slow start. Because if you get off to a slow start against a team that normally, if you was in shape, you'd be better than, that team gets the confidence. Hey, you're not as good as you know we thought.
Mm-hmm. We can take them.
We can take them, and you know,
but
and you'll kind of be on the wrong end.
Yeah, I think any one of these teams got the potential, kind of. Let me see who got the potential to be number 1. Just one team, I think, besides the Dragons. I think all of them can, in a way, if they get their game plans together. Because we seen with the Reapers and the Extra this past Saturday, and then of course the Dragons and the Silverbacks.
Yeah.
You know, and Bulldogs, and the Rams would have beat the Bulldogs.
Yeah, there we go.
They had them 12-0, and then 18, then 18-0. I expected that to be a wider margin in that game. I thought the Dragons and Silverback game was actually going to be the Dallas Bulldogs and the Rams game. That score was going to be that score. And I thought the Bulldogs score was going to be that score.
I didn't think that necessarily, but I did think the Bulldogs were going to win. Because one thing is, that was Texas football. You know,
get about 50,
so
man.
You got Texas versus Texas, hey.
They going at it.
That's going to be, they going to go.
Let's get into these matchups. And we finna predict some stuff, man. Finna predict some. Game of the week, right here.
What we got?
The number 2 Arkansas Extra against the number 8 Arkansas Punishers.
Ooh, that's a good game. That's definitely going to be a good
That's going to
game.
be. Arkansas Extra better not play like they play against the Reapers.
At all. And the Punishers, you know, they need to get off to a good start. Like I say, from not playing this past week, you know, and not playing in a while since they last saw them play the Vipers. I'm more worried about are your guys fatigued, how they how they handling not playing, and with the snowstorms and stuff, I know a lot of teams you ain't been able to practice.
They ain't been able to practice, and so I kind of got the extra edge over the Punishers because they have played, got hit, blah blah blah. Even though Punishers coming in with fresh legs, extra than played. Mm-hmm. So they already got the ball motion. Yeah.
Them running that ball, that make it even tougher.
Yeah. So Punisher better have a game plan because I guarantee after they play the Reapers, I guarantee the extras finna look at this and they finna try to get them something going like what happened that day, what going on. I just know Eli did. What happened? Him being a coach and had a coaching mind frame. I know he like what happened that day, guys. We got to But not counting the Punisher.
Like I say, the extra half short term, you got into a dog fight. I take that as it's experience, So if you're in another dog fight,
just don't sleep on nobody.
That's it.
Don't sleep on nobody.
But if they get in another dog fight, which I think could happen against the Punishers, that experience can come in. Hey, we were just in this situation a week ago.
Exactly.
We know what to do.
Exactly. So I expect the extra to win that game. Who you got?
I really don't know. I want to go with the extra, but I think the Punishers might be able to pull it off.
Well, what's your prediction? What's your score number?
I think that's going to be a close game. I honestly think the Punishers will probably pull it off no more than by 12.
12. Okay. You heard it. By 12. We got the number 5 Silverbacks versus number 9 Shreveport Knights.
With that game there, I'm looking forward to seeing how Pat and the Silverbacks
bounce back.
How they go. I'm definitely looking forward to that.
They better not get blown out 2 weeks in a row. Because, if they get blown out 2 weeks in a row, they're going to be number 10.
And then the fact they're on the road again. So that's the concern I have there. But once again, I will say this. Shreveport didn't play, this past week, so you kind of got a edge on them now.
Yep.
So, let's see. But
if I had to
just go with it, I'd probably say Shreveport, and I'm going to say by 3 scores.
Wow. I looked at the Shreveport roster. They for some reason, like we was talking there earlier, that during the preseason, I didn't see nothing about them. I was trying to get in contact with them. I couldn't get then all of a sudden, the season got 1 week from the season. They just popped out of nowhere. I'm seeing all these big dudes, man. Like, I'm talking about they got a squad, man. Like, look like guys that can play. Like,
they got some size.
Yeah.
They got some size.
So the Silverbacks better bring their game. Like you said, they better bounce back. Coach Pat better get in his room and get down, and he better look at it.
That film. And hey, what did we do wrong?
What happened?
Yeah, and really go back and look at that film and be like, what did we do right? And let's piggyback off.
Let's piggyback off that.
But I do believe that Shreveport is going to win this game by 3 scores.
Yeah, by 3 scores.
But I believe that game is going to be closer than the score.
Okay, it's gonna be a pretty good game because Silverback because they gonna be hungry, wanted to bouncing off that that shakedown.
But it all depends on being on that road. How do you travel?
Yeah, exactly. How many guys gonna come?
Yeah, because if you go up there with 15 guys, it makes the chances harder.
Yep.
And that's the thing.
Man,
you travel well, you pretty much be good.
Now here's the test: number 1 Bulldogs versus number 3 Northeast Texas Dragons.
Ooh, that's gonna be a heck of a game. I'm expecting a shootout. I'm expecting a shootout somewhere in the 40 to 30, somewhere like that. And I think that I honestly believe, and it's gonna shock you here, the Dallas Bulldogs get upset.
It could happen.
I honestly believe
it could happen with the way if they come in playing like they played against the Rams. Because the Dragons can put up points. They already proved it. They proved it twice. They can put up 50.
And I believe that in this game, the Dallas Bulldog defense can kind of slow that down some. But I honestly think that the Rams will win. I mean, not the Rams. The Dragons will win.
Then they're going to pull it off.
I think they'll win.
That's going to be the upset of the week.
I say it like this. I'm going 40 to 28.
Whoa, wow. 40 to 28?
Yeah. I believe that the defense will slow them down just a little bit.
So you think the Dragons will beat the Bulldogs 40 to 28?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Woo. Y'all hear that? 40 to 28.
40 to 28.
You know, that's like that's like, you know, Superman and Batman fighting. And you say who you think will win that fight? Superman or Batman?
It's tough.
You be like, well, I got Batman over here for the edge. But Batman did beat Superman one time. And but he had that kryptonite. With all those things, but he
There's
that
something
kryptonite
about
over
them dragons.
It's just so about them.
I'm believing in them. I'm believing in them right now.
They played a good game, man. They quarterback had 5 TDs, and they had over 200 yards rushing.
That's what I heard. So
and a quarterback probably had like 200 some yards.
And to do that against the Silverbacks,
the Silverbacks,
which they are, like I say, a pretty stingy defense. You know, that says a lot.
Man, that was. Boy, we can talk about that game all day. The number 10 Gladiators versus the number 7 Bolts.
That's gonna be a game there, but I honestly think the Bolts.
I think the Bolts gonna just.
I'm not gonna say that they just gonna come in and walk all over them, but I do think it's gonna it's gonna get ugly.
Yeah.
Somewhere in between third quarter going into the fourth. I believe it's gonna
start just
pulling away.
Pulling away.
I say both 30. I give them 32. I say Jonesboro 12.
12. He gave y'all 12 points. All right, y'all, because y'all had a game there. They ain't have preseason game, you know. And I still ain't. I seen some. They practicing and stuff, and they look pretty good, man. They look like they can. You know, but like I said, you know, I just don't know.
The thing is, you coming into town to play them here. You know, you playing.
And both they played last week, and they ready to play, and they just like.
And one thing, like I say, I go back to if I know James Fuller, he's gonna have him ready. Mm-hmm. And he really doesn't lose at home. So that's the thing.
So you got them 30-12.
I say 32-12. I'm gonna say
32-12. Bulldogs 40.
Dragons 40.
And the Bulldogs 28. Wow, man. That's one of the biggest predictions, man. That's one of the biggest predictions out of all of them, man. Because you got the number 1 Bulldog. Now they the underdog.
I believe that this week they'll lose.
Man, if the Dragons beat them. You know where they going.
They got to.
Do you think they can hold that spot if they do get the number 1 spot?
I'm going to say it like this. From what I've heard and everything like that, I believe if they get it, it's going to be pretty hard to take it.
Yeah.
But they gotta have. There's a few teams out there that can come up there and challenge them too.
But the extra going to have to lose for them to be number 1. Because if the extra win, if the Bulldogs lose and the extra win, they're going to move to number 1. And then the Dragons gonna move to number 2, and then it's gonna.
I just think, well, in my personal opinion, you know, if the extra come out there and play like they did against the Reapers, you know, and the Dragons come out there and it's an impressive win, like I said,
they will be number 1.
You know,
they will be number 1.
It's impressive. It's awful.
Because I'm gonna be like, hey,
you know, because here it is, second week in a row.
They beat the Goliath.
There you go. You know,
man, 40-28.
But I will say the extra, if they beat the Punishers.
Man, that's going to be a good game. That game going to be here in Little Rock, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Is it going to be at the Punishers or the Extra?
I want to say it's going to be at the Extra.
Okay. Go to the Facebook pages. Go to the Facebook pages. When you want to check out one of your teams, you can find out when the game is going to be, where it's going to be located, the time and everything, and it's going to be announced. I know they have it in there next week probably, and about close to Thursday or Sunday when everybody started, game time is there. Okay, beat up so-and-so. And so we all know. But yeah, let's go to this top 10 poll again. Number 1, Dallas Bulldogs. Number 2, Arkansas Extra. 3, the surprise team, your team.
Dragons.
The Dragon. Hey, y'all need to see this man a t-shirt. He's one of y'all fans, man.
Y'all have made me believe.
Hey, y'all have made this man to a believer. He predicted that y'all was gonna do. You predicted it though. You predicted that this was gonna be a surprise team to watch.
I did.
Y'all need Coach send this man a t-shirt. Inbox me.
Get in contact. Do something. Hey,
send it, man. I'm gonna hit him up tonight and say, hey man, you need to send us a t-shirt. Cause man, y'all got y'all fan. Y'all got this man attention. You got mine too.
But you know, I said it in their first game. I said if a team put up 50 in a preseason game, I said,
zero.
I said chances are you might be
pretty good,
pretty solid,
offense and defense.
Mm-hmm.
They held the Silverbacks 14 points.
Man,
they held Rock Russ under. I don't know how many yards he had, but he probably didn't have that many. He had 14. Washita Reapers, number 4. Number 5, Arkansas Silverbacks. I'm expecting the Silverbacks to bounce back, man.
Rock, it's on you, man. Get these guys ready. Let's go.
Y'all got to bounce back. Y'all was number 2, man, and y'all done moved down. I expect y'all to bounce back, man. Y'all got to do something. North Texas Rams, number 6. I expect them to have a better character, man. I'm not saying it was all the players, it was just one, but I expect the owner to handle that better. You know, if I was the owner and he did that, he ain't on my team no more.
At all, you know.
You mad at my team? You come look at me.
I don't care how good you are.
I don't care if NFL scouts all over. I don't care if you Deion Sanders.
You know, there's no room for that.
Because what if that gun would have went off and would have hit a kid or a parent, somebody that lost their wife, husband, father, mother, child, future leader.
And on top of that, let me just say this one real quick. Mm-hmm. It's already hard enough to get these stadiums as it is. You know, a lot of these guys, you know, we on high school stadiums and things like that. You know, let's not mess it up. Because like we told y'all earlier, you don't know how hard the team owner, coach, and them guys work to make sure you all have a place to play.
On the phone calling people. And then they the one they got to worry about if they get the stadium or not, because they got players that's counting on them. Everybody's counting on them. They got all this stuff over their head. You know what I'm saying? 7, Arkansas Boats. They got, you know, the Gladiators. So I expect the Boats to move back on up.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what Fuller's going to be bringing this week coming up.
8, Punishers. You know, I expect them to do some things. Number 9, Shreveport Knights. That's another surprise team. So we'll know they test is with the Silverbacks, but when they wait if the Silverbacks play like they played, Knights might beat them.
It's gonna be.
What did you say? You got who you say?
I picked them to win by 3 touchdowns. I said the game is gonna be closer than the score, but it's gonna be a 20-point game.
Yeah. And then, of course, Jonesboro Gladiators, number 10. I just want to see what they got, so I can see what they got, and just then base it off, you know, kind of, then we can really discuss them more. You know, I really don't know too much about it. Like I said, I seen a little clip, but they really, didn't show nothing.
I want to see them, but I don't think this week could be the week that we'll really see the Gladiators.
They ain't gonna be you think they ain't be the Gladiators this week?
Nah.
And you said you got the Boats.
I got picking them to win in an easy one, walk off. 32-12.
Oh yeah, you said it's gonna pull off in about third.
Yeah,
right?
about
It's gonna be lingering a little bit.
Because they getting the rust off. So I expect right after
that third quarter, you gonna start seeing this right here.
Start seeing the athletes come out. You're gonna start seeing, you know, and that game gonna go from hey, it was this close to you know, a 1 possession game to you might be down by 3 scores quicker than you know.
Yeah, look up. It's like, dang, it's 54-10. Like it was I thought it was a 10-7. It's put 54-10. But you know,
and they capable of doing that too.
Yeah, I know. Let's hope Gladiators you come out. You're playing a good team. Coach Bruce, we gonna see what you got this weekend. Because when I interviewed him, boy, he was on fire. He was excited. He was excited about this year. And when I was talking to him, he was just talking about how they team looking this year. You know, based off how they used to look. You know what I'm saying? So they got some more players in. They got some new running backs. He was telling me about, and some new receivers and stuff like that. So
we can have all of them.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see this Saturday.
How's it gonna help you? You know,
we'll see this Saturday. You sit at home getting that game because, like you said, anybody can beat that day, man. What if the Gladiators go out there and beat the ball? We didn't expect the Reapers to do the extra like that. We didn't expect the Dragons to do. We expected it to be a good game, but we expected it to be like that.
I didn't even expect, to be honest, I didn't expect them to win it at first. I honestly thought because it was going to be, like I said, a 6-point game. Somewhere in there, you know, maybe 2-3 points.
Man.
I was not expecting
that demolition,
whatever you want to call it.
Got demolished like the World Trade Center.
Steamroll.
But we'll expect the Silverbacks to bounce back, man. Y'all, what if they get in this next game and they lose again like that?
Man, You gonna have to. That's where you have to come to Jesus.
But yeah, but check this out. What if they lose like that, and then they lose like that again, but they end up getting the playoffs and going all the way to the championship?
It can happen.
Yeah,
it can happen. But you know, and I say this: some losses, and especially devastating losses, are always good. You know, it gets you back focused.
Yeah, hopefully they get that focused, man.
Because one thing that it'll let you know is you come out there lollygagging, you can get blown out.
Man, I wish I could have seen that game, and I could have just determined what would it really happen. You know, we could have seen it like okay, that's how they lost.
And man, y'all go live at these games. So
yeah, I'm just
see,
like,
nobody
go live. You know? Like Jesus, man, like because everybody can't make it to every game. Because some games way off, and but like I would have loved to see that game, to see the offense and the defense that the Dragons got. Because putting up 50 points like ain't nothing but a thing to them. When they had lost against somebody else. It was a team that they didn't try. It was a Texas team. It was called the Bobcats. They lost to them during the preseason. They had played them right after they played the Silverbacks or before the Silverbacks. They lost like 6-32 or something. It was something, but they had lost. So I don't know who that team. I think that Bobcat team is pretty good, but it seemed like the Dragons, the type of team, they take their losses and they study from them.
And that's what you do as a team, One thing that I can say when I was a coach, after a loss, I looked at how we lost. Mm-hmm. I didn't necessarily look at the score. I looked at how we lost. Because a lot of times the score doesn't indicate what happened on the field. Mm-hmm. Like you had said, when they let you go out there and lose 70-0, then that matters. But other than that,
53-14.
Yeah, something like that. But go back and look at how you lost. Hey, was it just missed tackles? Was it not? Was it execution? Mm-hmm. Was it? Maybe it could be, as we harp on all the time, guys not coming to practice.
Yep, don't know what's going on in the short term game. You don't know what's going
on, lack of practice. So Rock out here calling, hey, XYZ.
And you don't know what's going on.
You don't know what to do.
And then they got to have you in the game because might not a lot of players showed up.
And that's that was my next thing. Could it be lack of depth because as we all know in semi-pro, everybody can't go to every road game. Mm-hmm. So it makes it tough on them.
Yeah.
Especially when the home team, when you the home team, you ain't got to worry. You got full roster. Mm-hmm. But when you're on the road, you might have anywhere from 16 to 30. If you got a 50-man roster, you might have 30 guys going.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing, players, make sure y'all can get to these road games. For real, y'all playing ball.
Help your team out, man.
Come on, help your team. They need you.
Don't be on Facebook talking trash all day, but you ain't showing up to the games or practice. But that Dragons and that Bulldogs, I can't wait to hear that score Saturday when that game's over, or when it's halftime.
I believe it's gonna be a high scoring game.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I believe the Dragons are serious, man. Because putting up 50 points, man, like that, with ease, 33 at halftime, they could have bust 70. What if they just taking it easy on them? What if they just...
put their foot on the brake?
Man. Because, being a good coach or something like that, say, well, we ain't going to get 70 on y'all. We're just going
to
bust it. We're going to let y'all see who we are.
Next week, we're going to game plan for next week.
What if they put up points and they put they second string in after that? You know what I'm saying?
They got up to 33-6 and the second string got to the 50s.
Man, but they got a good offense, and good defense, man. Stopping 14 and other team 0. And when they played the Silverbacks barely beat them. Mm-hmm. But hopefully Silverbacks bounce back, man. So, but hey. Then my matchups, you heard the predictions. He got Bulldogs losing 40-28 to the Dragons. His team, Dragons team. I'm telling you, I need to see this man a jacket, T-shirt, and a jersey.
Let me get something, man.
And a jersey.
Give me something, hey. Put me on the roster.
Because he just spoke y'all into existence. You know what I'm saying?
Put me on the roster for 1 week.
Yeah. So, but hey, this is semi-pro football talk. Table talk. Gloves off. Andre Brooks.
Brandon McKeever.
Hey, you done heard it right here, man. You done heard it. Matchups this Saturday, March 20th. Extra, Punisher, Silverbacks, Knights, Bulldogs, Dragons, Gladiators, Boats. But them all good games.
Yeah, all of them are gonna be some real
All
good games.
of them good games.
So if you can, try to find you one and get to it.
You
Don't want to miss them.
Like we said, go to their Facebook page, find out, keep up with them, find out when their time the game is, and where it's gonna be. This us, Semi-Pro Football Table Talk, gloves off. Let's go and let's stay focused.
See y'all next week.